Alright everyone, welcome back. Pain disappears in an instant. The red dragon is gone, and my consciousness rises. Did it grow light because I lost some of it? As if returning to the surface, I get away from the core against my will. Wait, I have to check something before that. Oh, how warm. The core is burning golden with a low sound. The delicate magic circuit is glowing with all the colors of the rainbow, restarting the circulation. The fire has been lit. Even though I may be an amateur magus, I was able to fulfill my role as her master. I surrender my body to the soaring wind. Oh! I catch a glimpse of a distant memory. A figure holding a sword and a figure dancing in the field. Which did I find familiar? I feel the sun on my eyelids and open my eyes slowly. I check my body with my dizzy mind. My limbs are still there. I don't feel any wound in my body. Maybe the pain went away when I endured it. My mental wound that could have been a trauma is healed as well.
Shiro.
I hear a weak voice from under me. The feeling of her soft skin instantly makes me realize who she is and what we're doing. Saber is lying on the bed with an untidy blouse, and Tosaka's curled up and asleep. Tosaka's alright, but Saber has been under me, dressed like this.
Ohayo, Saber.
はい。おはようございます、シロ。
An awkward greeting. Saber slowly gets up and fixes her blouse. Crap. We're conscious of each other and can't look at each other in the eyes.
もう起きられるようになったんだ、セイバー。
はい。魔力の供給を受けられるようになりましたので。
Oh yeah, finally. It seems Saber's back to normal. The frailness when I carried her here is gone now.
そうか。よかった。成功したんだ、魔術回廊の移植は。
はい。ですから服を着ていただけませんか、シロ。その格好のままだと私もなぜか話しづらい。
I look down at myself.
そうか、そうだよな、そうだった。
I quickly reach out for my extremely folded up clothes. Tosaka folded up my clothes? No, I'm the one who did it. Why did I fold it up this much? Nerves, perhaps? I vividly recalled the ritual last night. I sympathized with Saber and transplanted my magic circuit deep inside her. It looks like Saber's back to normal, but what about me? Tosaka said that my body and mind would not be able to handle losing the magic circuit, but there's no big damage, nor do I feel any big sense of loss. I'm a bit scared, but I check my magic circuit. I dread looking at how much of it is missing, but the fight against Berserker is waiting. I have to know the condition I'm in. Weird. The magic circuit is a bit dull, but I don't see any damage. It was bitten to pieces, but my magic circuit is still there. I guess there's nothing wrong with it for me to use the strengthening spell.
そうか、これ。
The magic circuits I rarely use probably were taken away. I only activate 1 to 4 circuits for strengthening. I can't use any large-scale spells, so I've never fully activated all my circuits. It seems the magic circuits transplanted to Saber were those circuits I rarely used.
シロ。
I can still use the strengthening spell just fine. But my body's fatigue and dullness as if I'm in water is because my full ability has degenerated. In its place, I feel that I'm connected deep down to something important. I can't clearly tell where, but there's a weak link between Saber and I. I've obtained something big and warm in place of my lost circuits.
申し訳ありません、シロ。
I hear Saber's apologetic voice from behind me.
シロの回路を得る際に必要最小限にとどめるよう努力はしました。
Your dragon, you mean?
ですが、その最低限の量ですら人から得るには多すぎた。 もしやシロに消せない傷跡を残してしまったかと思うと、謝罪の言葉も見当たりません。これは私の不覚です。私が書くも力足らずでなければ、シロには。
そんなことはない。セイバーは謝らなくていいんだ。そもそもの原因は俺が魔力の供給をできないでいてセイバーに迷惑をかけていたからだろ。でもそれもこれで解決した。これからはちゃんと魔力の供給ができる。ああ、これで本当に胸を張ってセイバーのマスターだって口にできる。
Hell yeah.
ですがシロ、
俺の魔術回路のことは気にしなくていいよ。どうせ使わないものみたいだし、むしろない方がすっきりする。
Saber doesn't look happy. Crap. I don't know what to say now. Saber's healed and I survived in spite of losing my magic circuit. Saber's magic circuit in the Dream of Light and Wind and Saber's youthful days. And on top of that, we spent the night dressed like that. Calm down. Calm down. That was a ritual for us to survive. I have to calm down. I may make a mistake in the oncoming fight like this. Her breath pauses and she lets out a voice. It seems Tosaka woke up.
おはようございます、リン。
よう、トサカ。おはよう。
Her hair moves and she raises her head. Tosaka's not a morning person, so she's like a different person right now.
サンキュー、トサカ。ちゃんと成功したぞ。
はい。私の魔力の補充はできました。ですがその代わりシローに。
いや、なくなったのは3割ぐらいだと思うから大丈夫。これくらいならなんとか。
3割ですか。なんとか最小にとどめたというのに、それでも3割とは。我がことながらなんと強欲な。
強欲か。そうだな。腹ペコだったにしてももう少し行儀よくしてほしかったな。
The awkward mood disappears since Tosaka joined in. Now we're really back to normal.
そう、じゃあいいわね。
Tosaka yawns once and stands up. The battle is near. Berserker and Iliasville are waiting on the other side of the Silent Forest. We'll lose many significant things we exchanged last night unless we break through the Hurricane of Death. The connection with Saber created in my heart. To protect it, we have to defeat the strongest enemy. Freaking Berserker, man. Interlude. In the battle between the two ends, they killed and exterminated each other with all their might, and it ended with the annihilation of the Red Knight. Why? The gorgeous hall is completely transformed. The floor is cracked in numerous places. Many walls have been knocked down. The stairs have collapsed and the smashed marble has scattered in the wind. The space has been completely destroyed, leaving no trace of its former beauty. You could say it also destroyed time, because the remains of the destruction hide what the place looked like just 2 years ago. In the middle of the destruction stands a suitable sculpture. It stands over 2 meters tall, looking like a figure of a man carved out of a large stone. It does not even need to be said. It is Iliasville's servant, Berserker. The giant does not move. His body is dyed in red and filled with holes. There is no place in the giant's body that is not wounded. First, both his legs are almost melted. Second, there is the mark of a cut on his neck. Third, his arm is barely hanging from his elbow. Fourth, he is slashed from his shoulder to his groin. Fifth, a large amount of blood is gushing out from his chest. Sixth, his internal organs can be seen at his stomach. Berserker does not move. It is only natural. It is a corpse no matter how one looks at it. The battle itself has ended much earlier, but Berserker's master has forgotten to act as this result is too surprising and unexpected. She has to pursue her prey, but she is only looking at this scene in astonishment.
信じられない。何だったのよ、あいつ。
You would be very surprised to know or figure out who that really is. She murmurs angrily. The battle that took place here was nothing but humiliation for her. Her servant is the most powerful. There should only be one or two servants able to match Heracles, the most famous of all the heroic spirits. But Archer, a heroic spirit of unknown identity, has defeated him. That Red Knight has matched Berserker equally and has succeeded in killing Berserker, something no one has been able to do before. Such actions cannot be forgiven. For her, this is like being stabbed in the heart by a bug on the roadside. The pride of a girl who considers herself to be the strongest cannot allow her to be cornered by someone who should be stepped on, begging for sympathy.
ああ、もう頭にくる。あんなやつに6回もやられるなんて手を抜いてたんじゃないでしょうね、バーサーカー。
The sculpture does not answer. It might be unable to afford an answer, or perhaps it sees no need for one. Berserker just stands there and devotes himself to healing his wounds. This battle was too strange for him as well. His noble phantasm nullifies any attack. No attack can affect his body unless it is the highest grade, so he rarely takes wounds. In the Age of Gods, no one could scratch him after he had accomplished his great deeds. But still, 6 times. Archer delivered a fatal blow 6 times. It does not even need to be said that every one of the attacks was by a different method. Even the greatest attacks cannot be effective in Berserker twice. If one seeks strangeness, that is the strange part. If Archer is a hero with such varied abilities, his true identity should have been clear. But his true identity still remained unknown even after his body was pulverized. What was really surprising was his way of being contradictory to that of a servant. A dim light grows in Berserker's eyes. If he had been summoned as a normal servant, he would have grieved that this battle deserved better. No matter who he really was, Archer was a rare, great enemy. If he had not been mad, he could have matched sword techniques with Archer to his heart's content and passed a satisfying time. It really is a shame he wasn't.
許さない。許さないんだから。よくもここまで私を侮辱してくれたわね。
It really is a shame Berserker was in a mad state, though. Can you imagine the fight that would have, happened if it was just like essentially fighting on equal grounds with everyone given their, their sanity, everything is just at the ready. His master's voice echoes. With that, the small light of rationality vanishes. He is only a Berserker now. His role is to defeat his opponents and to crush them as his master pleases.
傷は治ったの？バーサーカー！
He does not even need to answer. Wounds that are not fatal will be fully healed within a few minutes. But restoring everything would take 3 days.
そんなに待てない。もういいわ。今すぐあいつらを殺しに行くわよ。
The giant silently objects. It is his instinct. Berserker has an intuition like sabers when it comes to fighting. The enemies can certainly be miled away easily. But it would be a different story if Servant Saber has recovered enough to use her noble phantasm. Berserker will not yield to a mere holy sword, but there is a small chance. His instinct tells him that if he is to fight the servant, he should engage her in perfect condition.
何よ。5つもあれば十分じゃない。あんな奴ら、ゴッドハンドなんかなくたって敵じゃないもの。
God hand, huh?
それとも何？ここまで私たちをバカにした奴らを見逃してやるっていうの？バーサーカー。
I don't think anyone made fun of her.
そうでしょ？誰一人として私の森からは逃がさないわ。うん。リンとセーバーはバーサーカーにあげるね。殺すなりもてあそぶなり好きにしていいわ。
That's a little much, Ilya. The girl jumps down from the stairs. Through the rubble, she walks to the exit without a care for the bloody berserker. In that moment, the girl stops once as if remembering something.
さあ、狩りを始めましょう、バーサーカー。だけど、セイバーのマスターは簡単に殺しちゃダメだよ。シローには一番ひどい死に方をさせてあげるんだから。
Smiling, the girl leaves the castle. The sun should come up soon. The forest is like her yard. No matter where her prey are hiding, it should be no problem for her to find them. As her targets, they only have a few minutes of life remaining. So, I don't know why, but I was forced to leave the ruin. Tosaka pushed me out saying that girls have adjustments afterwards, changing and all that.
くそ、何言ってんだ。男だっていろいろある。
I grumble, leaning against the wall. It sounds like an excuse because it is. I look up at the sky. Is it almost dawn? The sky in the east is getting redder and the forest is slowly getting lighter. Wow. Remembering, I frantically shake off my worldly desires. I have to forget about it for now. I won't survive from submerging memories of Saber, and more than anything, it's impolite to Saber. After all, I made contact with Saber to save her. Now that sounds very close to each other. Saber, save her. So I shouldn't have any other emotion for Saber. I'm a big liar. I can't deceive myself about it with excuses like that. I can't forget the spectacle I saw inside Saber, but I have to forget about it for now. Jeez, this is no time to worry about such things. What we should be worrying about right now is how to take on Berserker.
そうだ。自分にできることをやらないと。あいつだって最後にそう言ってたじゃないか。
I remember Archer's back. I could never like him, but all of his words have stuck in my head. I stare at a tree branch. There are only a few things I can do. Even if it isn't much right now, I can only do them to the best of my abilities. I pluck a handy branch, and I also find a few more branches that are straight.
シロー、終わったから入ってきて。
Is he gonna make a bow? I hear Tosaka's voice. I return to the ruin carrying the branches I found. Well, the only problem is whether I'm able to act normally after seeing into Saber's heart even for a moment.
こちらです、シロ。リンから話があるそうです。
I guess such worries were only on my part. Saber is acting resolute as always. She must have completely accepted the incident, unlike me.
ああ、今行く。
Damn, I won't lose. It's stupid to be the only one blushing, so I'll try my best to act calm.
来たわね。それじゃあ作戦会議を始めるけど、会議って言っても口論し合う暇はないわ。バーサーカーを倒す方法も限られているし、とりあえず私の話を聞いてもらえる？
Saber and I nod.
作戦としては単純よ。まともな方法じゃバーサーカーとは勝負にならない。勝つためには奇襲。仕掛けたのなら反撃させずに一撃で首を落とすのが絶対条件だと思う。
Sounds good so far.
同感です。バーサーカーと打ち合ったところであれには致命傷を与えられません。倒すのならば打ち合いの外から消すべきでしょう。
打ち合いの外からって、バーサーカーが俺たちに気づく前に先回りして襲うってことか。そりゃあいつと正面から戦うのは無謀だけど、そっちの方はもっと無謀だ。あいつが奇襲なんてさせる玉か。
ええ、バーサーカーに気づかれずに近寄るなんて都合のいい作戦はやらないわよ。あっちにはイリアスフィールがいるんだもの。少なくともセイバーとシローの気配は簡単に感知されるわ。
I don't know how it works, but Ilya can feel Saber in my presence, huh? If Tosaka's the only one who can hide, then...
まさか奇襲をするのは遠坂だって言うんじゃないだろうな。
当然でしょ。一番に狙われてるのはシローなんだし、この中で一番動きやすいのは私だもの。隙をついて後ろからバッサリやるのは任せなさい。
後ろからバッサリって、バーサーカーがそんな甘いわけないだろ。
そりゃそうよ。だからセイバーに隙を作ってもらうの。セイバー、体はどのくらい回復した？
通常戦闘ならば問題はありません。ですが宝具の使用は避けるべきです。今の魔力ではおそらく使った瞬間に体を維持できなくなる。たとえ使ったとしても純度は落ちていますから、バーサーカーを倒せるとは思えません。
ええ、それで十分よ。 セイバーにはバーサーカーと打ち合ってもらうわ。もちろんシロも一緒で、私は隠れて様子を見る。イリアスフィールから見れば私はおまけみたいなものだし、いなければ2人を見捨てて逃げたとか思うんじゃないかしら。
はあ、それはまあ可能性はなくはありませんが。
可能性が低いならあげて。シロはイリアスフィールと仲がいいみたいだし、うまく話せば騙せるんじゃない？
Tosaka looks at me meaningfully.
反論はあるけど引き受けた。遠坂は逃げたって言えばイリアはまず信じるよ。あの子は人の言葉を疑わないと思う。
だとしても問題はあります。私がバーサーカーと対峙するのはいい。ですがシローに同じことはさせられません。シローではバーサーカーの一撃に耐えられない。
誰もシローに殴り合えなんて言ってないわ。シローはセイバーから離れて後方支援。セイバーだけじゃバーサーカーを押し切るのは難しいから、危なくなったら助けてあげて。
バカな。シローはリンのように魔術に長けてはいない。援護と言っても何を。
それはシローが考えて。もっともバーサーカー相手だとマスターが介入する余裕なんてないわ。シローだけじゃなくて私だって手を出せばセイバーの足を引っ張るもの。それでも一人だって遊ばせる余裕はないの。シローが殺されればセイバーもおしまいっていうのは分かってるけど、ここはそうしてもらうわ。初めから賭け事みたいな戦いなんだから。
それはそうですが。
Saber grows silent with a troubled face. As Tosaka is silent too, she must know she's saying something unreasonable. The two's concern is only natural. That night I met Saber. When we were attacked by Berserker, I could only use my body to defend her. There's a high probability that would happen again. So I should stay away from the battlefield. But I would have no intention of doing that, even if she didn't tell me to be there.
分かってる。遠くからの援護は何とかしよう。
Oh, were my words that surprising?
離れたところからセイバーを援護すればいいんだろ。それなら何とかなると思う。
Saying that, I hold up the branch I just collected. The length is perfect. The flexibility is good as well. This is the first time I've done this kind of strengthening. But I don't think there's any flaw in the principle. The point is, I just need to keep reinforcing it until it becomes a real one. And for this, I also have a reference since he had one too. And on top of that, magical energy has been flowing in my body for a while now. I just have to repeat the usual process now. I analyze the basic structure and modify it. I analyze the composition materials and reinforce them. Oh, he can use two now. But that's not enough if the original is a branch and the finished product is a bow. I have to imagine it from the concept of creation. If I'm to get it close enough to the real one, I have to formulate every hypothesis at least in my head. I open my eyes. The branch is shaped right, but...
うわ、似ても似つかねえ。
You're getting there. It's ugly and crooked, but I know it will work as a bow. I just have to make the arrows in the same way.
シロ、今の。
ああ、シンジとの一件でなんとなくコツが分かった。遠坂も言ってただろ、力みすぎるなって。
Look at Tosaka's face though. She's like, holy, you shouldn't even be able to do that.
そう。まあ、手段ができたのはいいことだし、今はいいわ。話を戻すけど、とにかく2人にはバーサーカーと戦ってもらう。私はあらかじめ木に登って上から様子を観察してるから。で、セイバーがなんとかバーサーカーに隙を作ったら、死角である頭上からとっておきの宝石を使い切ってバーサーカーを串刺しにする。作戦としてはそれだけの単純なものだけど。
Tosaka's expression asks for questions.
宝石というのはリンの魔術ですか？だとしても生半可な魔術ではバーサーカーの体には届きません。彼を傷つけるには最大純度の攻撃でなければならないのですから。
分かってる。要するに A 判定の攻撃でないとダメなんでしょ？
Saying that, Tosaka takes a jewel out of her pocket.
その宝石は？
私が物心ついた時からために貯めた貯金みたいなものよ。これ一つで A 判定の大魔術を即座に発生させられる。10個あったんだけどね、一つはあなたに使っちゃったわ。
そうか。あの時の魔術ならば確かにバーサーカーは防げない。彼には私のような対魔力はありません。魔術であってもそれが A 判定ならば問題なく貫通する。
そういうことよ。本当は小出ししていこうと思ったけど、悠長なことは言ってられないわ。バーサーカーには特別に2つか3つは叩き込んでやるんだから。
Tosaka sticks out her chest in confidence. But
おい、なんか半端にせこくないか、お前。
同感です。私が言えることではありませんが、せめて半分使い切るぐらいの気前の良さが必要だと思うのですが。
何よ、そんなの人の勝手でしょ。あなたたちね、私がどれほど苦労してここまで貯めたって思ってるのよ。
Saber and I protest silently. Tosaka's life depends on this as well, so it won't be funny if she gets stingy and we end up failing because of that.
分かったわよ。半分使えばいいんでしょ、使えば。何よ、言ってみただけじゃない。私だってそれくらい分かってるんだから。とにかく作戦はそれだけよ。あとは私が隠れられてシローがセイバーの援護をしやすい場所を探さなくちゃ。イリアスフィールが来る前にいい場所を見つけましょう。
Yeah, we can't stay in this ruin now. As Tosaka says, all that's left is to find a spot to wait for Berserker. But before that... why these choices? Why these choices? Why? Think we can go with... Actually, can't tell we can go with this one. I wonder if Saber's really alright. She says she'll have no problems fighting, but isn't it hard on her fighting Berserker when she was so weak before? No, I'm more worried about her noble phantasm.
使えばその瞬間に体を維持できなくなる。
Saber said that. That means that Saber will disappear the instant she uses that sword.
セイバ
はい。何でしょうか、シロ。
戦う前に一つ約束してくれないか。
ええ、それが私にできることならば構いませんが。
そのさ、どんな状況になってもあの宝具は使わないでほしいんだ。地上であんなものを使ったら大事だし、それにバーサーカーを倒せてもセイバーが死ぬなんていうのは嫌だ。
ええ、分かっています。私も宝具を使う気はありません。今の魔力でバーサーカーを倒せるとは限りませんし、何より消えてしまっては聖杯を手に入れられない。
Saber declares so. That makes me happy.
よし、いつものセイバーだ。うんざりするほど冷静で安心した。
それはどういう意味でしょうか、シロ。
いや、大意はないよ。いいから外に出よう。遠坂を待たせるとまた文句を言われるからな。
そうですね。リンはシローに文句を言うのが趣味のようですから。
Saying such an ominous thing, Saber heads to the exit. Then, Saber's body falls forward as if she tripped on something. I quickly grab her hand.
ほら、足元危ないぞ。散らかってるんだから気をつけないと。
Hey. Saber's blushing awkwardly.
セイバー、どうした？なんかあったのか？
いえ、そういうわけではないのですが、手を握られていると、